Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Quite of a turn of events we've seen here. It's good. Mr. Speaker, I want to begin by acknowledging the very important situation we're now facing with the global COVID-19 pandemic. I want to reiterate to the public to listen to the direction of public health and take the coronavirus issue with a cautious and balanced approach. As is often the case with these types of events, panic and fear can create more problems in society than the pandemic itself, which is why it's critically important that citizens do not feed into the hysteria, but instead take reasonable precautions as outlined by the Chief Medical Officer and Minister of Health. I'm also pleased that the Premier has created a specific cabinet around the coronavirus pandemic that includes myself and the other party leaders as well as cabinet ministers. This virus, Mr. Speaker, could care less about partisan politics, geography, race, gender, or language. COVID-19 doesn't care what political stripe you are. It doesn't care where you're from, and it doesn't care about any of those things. And I think at this time, this is a historic moment where you have four parties that are treating this in a very serious way. Again, without creating panic and fear, because sometimes the panic and fear can be worse than the pandemic, and that's what the public need to understand. This is something that public health is working very hard on, and as a party, we will do everything we can to put partisanship aside, work with the Premier, with the Department of Health and Public Safety to ensure that things are done right for the best interests of New Brunswickers.
We are aligned here, and we're totally focused on dealing with the task at hand, and that's the virus and the impact it's having across this province. I don't think we've never seen this before. We probably never see it again. But this has shown, I think, tremendous leadership within the province and within our Legislative Assembly to have the appropriate money that's available to be used, not to be distracting the departments in order to focus totally on dealing with this virus and the impact it's having on the citizens of this province. So, as I said in there, I'm honored to be part. This is the first time in my 10 years that I've seen such unprecedented cooperation. I think that what we saw today and two of the leaders declaring that they would support the budget basically set the stage for this to happen. And that allowed us to be moving forward, and now our sole focus is on this healthcare crisis. We have a meeting later today. Right now, there's a conference call with my colleagues in the Prime Minister's office on the virus, so that's where I'm heading next. And then at 4:30, we're all meeting again to get an update from the Chief Medical Officer, as well as I'll be briefing everyone on the call and what that was like nationally.